Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Is that a thing? Because there's Friday. There's no Monday.
Monday. I mean, if you like sushi, it's one of the half-price sushi days at Nama.
That is a good point. And there's some, actually, I guess that means they get their shipment today or tomorrow because you would want to get rid of all the... One time, years ago, I did a parody commercial for Comedy World Radio Network, and it was day-old discount sushi. Which I thought was hilarious, living in Los Angeles. But in reality, there's plenty of day-old sushi at every supermarket.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Kroger makes some pretty decent sushi.
We, hello, it's the Krisha and Frank show.
Hi.
Jerry and I bought some, and we usually would get it for dinner. Mm-hmm. But one day, for whatever reason, she went and got some for lunch. And it was remarkably fresher because the 6 hours or whatever it was... made a difference, and it was nice.
Man, I tell you what, though, my favorite is the BB roll at Nama on Half Price Sushi Day.
Yeah.
It's about
You're making me
$7.
want to go.
It's so good.
Because I like Nama, and I like Tomo.
Mm-hmm, I love Tomo.
And I think I've got a coupon in the Mint magazine.
Yeah, I got the Mint magazine with Tomo discount, too.
And
thanks, Mint.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Partner. Another success. We had our, this weekend, we posted our first... Krisha and Frank
See More Smokies.
See More Smokies video.
So we hope that you liked our axe throwing.
What we did, I mean, actually, I'm kind of torn because I hate to say this. This is going to be brutal, okay?
Yeah.
Is we make a video, and I cut the whole thing together, and it's 18 minutes, right?
Yes.
But See More Smokies doesn't want all 18 minutes.
They don't need that.
They just want the highlights. So then when I cut it down to 6, it was actually better.
It was better.
The 6-minute version was actually better.
Should we show what we can't show?
Well, we could. We chose not to.
Right.
Well, we decided, here's kind of the fun of it, and I think we should maybe make this a regular thing as we do our adventures.
It's basically our outtakes.
Is after we're done working, after we're done doing the commercial for the Axe House.
Right.
We then...
It's our adventure.
It's now you're now backstage. It's like a little... added value, a little extra, where we are in the car saying what we really think. Because that's what this show is. That's what the Krisha and Frank Monday through Friday podcast show is. This is the core 5. This is the real deal.
And the thing is, like,
the unfiltered.
There's at no point are we not going to enjoy the adventure.
I had a great time.
because even if it's not something you and I would normally do, which is we would not normally go axe throwing,
I might go again.
I might go. I want to go again.
I was sold. The actual experience of doing it convinced me that I would enjoy it.
You had to bleep me out.
That was the...
I got so frustrated.
Well, if you go watch the video,
man.
and you can come back and pick this one up where you left off, but the 18-minute version is on our YouTube channel, and you see how frustrating it is. Because Krisha, I think there's only one of your misses... One of your attempts that I cut out.
Is it because I cursed again?
No, it's because the camera was. I was moving the camera, so anyway.
Every one of those misses is real.
Yes.
It took me that long to finally get one.
So in the 6-minute version, there's none of. Every time I'm coming in trying to give you some encouragement, I think or be annoying, depending. That kind of big brother annoying poking at you.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
But there's no time for that in the 6-minute version, so it's just miss.
It's so funny.
Well, anyways, then we get in the car, and now we're just elated. We're just in the best mood because we successfully threw axe.
And we're actually we can talk. We're doing like 2 adventures in one day.
Yeah.
So in the car, we're actually on our way to the second adventure.
Look behind me, and you'll see the shirt that I put to change for the next adventure, so I would look slightly different.
So this is us in the car after.
That was good.
That was really fun.
I really thought I was going to look like a fool by not being able to land any axes at all.
You nailed it from the start.
So I changed my whole attitude. I was ready to make all these excuses like, I'm not tall enough, I'm not manly enough, I don't have a big bushy lumberjack beard.
Well, I was surprised that I really thought that I would be better at it. But the moment that I held the big axe, I knew I was going to be good. Like, I knew it.
You have no idea how funny that sounds.
Well, it sounds funny if you know that I wasn't just throwing axes. But now, it was heavier. It was heavier and it had a weight. And it's when I played softball, I had to use a heavier, longer bat.
Okay. So we get in the car, and Krisha's like, "Why does it smell like wood in here?"
Well,
and I'm like,
you kept saying you thought you smelled a campfire, and you rolled the window down. You were freezing me like crazy.
I rolled the window down because I did smell something, and then we figured it out just a second ago.
I've got wood chips in my bra.
Which are not the ones that I smelled. I think I smelled the ones in your hair.
Yeah, my hair smells like wood. Smell my hair. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It smells like wood.
And so how did they get in your underwear, though?
It's not in my underwear.
Bras or underwear? I was trying not to say bra.
Oh. You'd rather say underwear?
Isn't that this lingerie?
Why would you rather say underwear than bra?
Underpinnings, lady garments.
How did it get into your undergarments?
How did it...
Underpants. Underwear.
You've got wood chips on
I've got wood chips in my shirt. I'm not going to show you.
No, please don't.
Although.
What?
Well, I know some of our viewers would be like, "Swear, let me see your boobs."
Yeah.
Hey, look at my boobs.
James used to get so mad at me.
Why?
Because I would use a guy voice.
Yeah.
And he said, "Why does your guy voice always sound dumb?"
You mean on radio or?
No, James would get mad at me in personal life. I'd be like, "Well, yeah." And then he said, "Duh, I'm just going to go over here and go to the store." And he was like, "Why does, he's like, do I sound dumb to you?" I was like, "No."
Well, not. In this scenario, the people who, the viewers who would be,
No, I'm not going to say that.
Who would be asking to see you would not be women, probably. They'd probably be dudes.
I mean, if ladies, that's fine.
I'm just saying that you know how it is. You know, as a woman in theater and in broadcasting and now on the internet.
Yes.
If you're going to get a rude comment, it's probably from some dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh, like your new nose ring. Duh.
Do you have it on? You have the new nose ring on?
I do.
Yeah. But I still, this is still my mark. I still look for the nose ring.
Yeah,
you didn't
it's
get
just
two.
a hoop.
I just want to make sure that if you get one on the other side, it'll ruin it for me because I don't.
If I get another one, I'm getting my septum done, right in the center.
Oh my! Mm-hmm. Why?
The look on your face you went.
I don't think that's. Right. I've heard people have had serious medical problems from that.
Really? It's supposed to heal better than this.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
But no, I think I'm. Here we go again. Ooh, chills.
I wanted to see the other earrings.
I have them on today.
Very good.
Yeah, the big old hoops.
Yes.
No, I think I'm done with my body modification.
Okay.
I got a tattoo. I got nose piercing.
So, are we getting to the end of the midlife crisis then?
I actually. Okay, let's do our commercial. And it's funny because that has really, it's kind of bothered me in my head.
That I said that?
The whole midlife crisis thing.
Well, it's a cliche.
Right, but
you call it a transition.
Let's talk about bone zones, and then we can move on.
This would be the end life crisis. This would be the end life.
The end life crisis you're at.
This is the end life transition, where your mortal remains decay, and Dr. Bass studies them and writes books about them. And you can, if you want to read about those wonderful, amazing stories, have the detective work that goes into solving crimes, or just the knowledge, the science. He wrote the textbook on osteology.
Yeah.
You can buy that at bonezones.com if you want.
Don't forget the S.
Or just get one of these tumblers or any of the other merchandise that we like showing.
Tote bag, challenge coins, all the things. And they're so supportive to us, and we hope that you will support them as well. If it even piques your interest, even if you're not like, ooh, I want to read about the science of it, the Jefferson Bass novels are they're so good. They're so good.
My friend Bean was telling me that my Dr. Bass stories are fascinating because I was talking to somebody else about the time that Dr. Bass exhumed the Big Bopper, which is a fun story. The day the music died was February 3rd, 1959. Buddy Holly and Big Bopper and Richie Valens and the pilot whose name was Roger Peterson. Okay. I don't know, something like that. They all died, and Dr.
He was
Bass,
the best James Bond.
Later exhumed the Big Bopper, and that's in the book Beyond the Body Farm. Or the novels are just so amazing.
Yeah, they're so good.
And they're autographed. That's the whole point of bonezones.com is you can get them to sign the pictures or sign the merch. And
it's also where you can go when live events do come back. That's where you can go and find where Dr. Bass will be. Bonezones.com. Don't forget the S.
maybe I'll get to MC. I'll be Little Gilligan, and he'll be the skipper. Like we used to do.
Okay, so
all right, I'm sorry I teased you.
No. You midlife crisis me, and that's fine. That's what we've called it when women lose their minds or men cheat on their wives.
But if you live to be 80, that's a pretty good time.
Dude, I'm here for it.
Because I think we've joked about how my men in my family die young.
Right.
So that means that my midlife crisis would have been quite some time back.
Right.
If I had,
But no, that's not. Mm-mm. You guys quit thinking like that.
Well, I also think
Thoughts become things.
But also when I was your age,
mm-hmm.
I had, or somewhere in that neighborhood, I couldn't take it. The job I was doing
mm-hmm.
was producing morning shows. And I describe it as setting up the pins and never getting to bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't take it anymore. I had produced arguably some of the most well-known and famous morning radio shows
mm-hmm.
in the country. 3, Don and Mike, Kevin and Bean, Mark and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay Thomas in there too. So 4, let's say
right.
4. And it's just the point where you just cannot, you don't want to do it anymore. You want to just quit. You want to just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
But you also still love entertaining and broadcasting. And I had started taking improv classes. So I had this crisis in my life. And I was the age that you are now.
Mm-hmm.
So I really do relate to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
In a different way, because for me it was all career related.
Right.
And I needed to change careers and go move to Tennessee and be a DJ.
Yeah.
And that was my quote unquote midlife crisis. Well, assuming I lived to be 80.
I think that midlife crisis, like it kept playing in my mind because I'm like, midlife crisis is like that cliche, like you just said. It's a cliche way of going through a transition in your life. And I think for some people, for me, like right around 38, the fit hit the shan. And in not necessarily a bad way, maybe not the greatest way. But for me, I'm having to learn how to be a grown-up at 40 years old.
There was an episode I listened to recently where you talked about from 17 to 38, which would have been, at that point, half of your life.
Yes.
You were in a relationship, married. And if you think about it, the first 17 years, you're a minor, so your whole life up to 38.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in a relationship.
Wow.
And my life from 14 to 18 was me raising my mom.
Yeah.
And I have been hell-bent for most of my life to never be that. And so, like at 38, and it was a crisis. It became a crisis in my life of like, I never existed on my own. And it became such a crisis that I did something about it, and I had to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 2 years into that.
Yeah.
And I think the moment you put an expectation on yourself, it's a good thing, but also like you got to manage your expectations in a real way.
Yeah.
But yeah, crisis, let's make it something else, because everybody's going to go through something.
Well, do you remember what I said to you last week?
Oh.
Where I said, now that you're on the other side of it,
mm-hmm.
it's delightful, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I meant that. That wasn't pre-planned. That was me spontaneously telling you what I thought. And that makes my heart
very happy, because I feel it. And that's like, when you said that, not only do I know that it's sincere, not only do I know you mean it, but I am at a place where I can agree with you and go, yeah. It is delightful.
Good.
It's like you climb the mountain and you're like, here I am. And then you go, oh, okay, I'm just gonna. Mm-hmm. So I'm at the Schwoo. I'm at the Schwoo phase. Well, I'm sure I'll roll back downhill at some point.
Yeah, but we are launching a business together. Mm-hmm. And it would be a very risky proposition if either of us didn't have our heads on straight right now. And I'm delighted the way it's going.
Yeah, me too.
Because you're all in. You're doing the work.
Yeah. And that's.
And I also will say that I'm all in and I'm doing the work, but
a year ago, this would not have been possible.
Correct.
This would not have been a possibility.
It wouldn't have been on your radar. You wouldn't have wanted to do it.
No, I am so grateful for every single thing that has happened, whether it be, and I'm grateful for the pain, like the hurt of it and the heart.
Is that
like
a
I'm
song?
very.
Carole King.
I don't know.
Something. I don't know. All right, never mind. It just sounded like it should be a song if it's not.
Yeah, and I've been spending a lot of time reaching back out to people. I continue to do so.
Oh, good.
That I let fall away intentionally without
I know what you mean. We used to
Yeah.
talk almost every day,
Yes.
or text every day, because we had a show together. We had our podcast together, and we would see each other in our day jobs. We had any number of reasons why we would want to communicate, whether it was just to gossip or just to plan. And then, like you said, it drifted away, and I stopped hearing from you, and
It hurt. Yeah, we've talked about that. Like,
so, and I would send a message occasionally as a test, and there would be no reply. So I'm like, okay, well, then what am I going to do? I'm not an idiot. You don't just keep texting. If someone
Right.
doesn't reply, you don't just keep texting every 10 minutes,
and right.
20 minutes, whatever. I don't know. I didn't check.
Anyway, I've been living by two sentences, and therapy helps, losing things helps, pain helps. But I've been living by two sentences, and one of them is you have to be responsible for the impact, not your intent. Because you can say, well, I had good intentions.
Yeah.
I didn't intend for it to be this way. I had good intentions, but you have to be responsible for the impact of your actions, not the intent of your actions.
Exactly. That's really good. That's very
And it's if you kind of think about it all the time, you're living with intent.
Yeah.
And you have to be responsible, negative or positive, of the impact of that. And the other one is action precedes motivation.
Now, this is something that is true on so many levels. I mean, I know if whether you're doing a weight loss program or whether you're doing any kind of self-improvement. There you go.
This show.
We started. That's a very good example. I mean, I'm unusually motivated to do shows, especially with you, because I just know that having tried multiple times in my life. I mean, I'm at my friend Duji. I don't know if whatever happened to her. She's in Chicago or Cleveland or somewhere. Or my friend Jessica, or all these friends, Janet, all these friends I've had over the years. I've tried to do a show. I wanted to be a DJ. Remember, I wanted to have a show of my own.
Yeah.
And the chemistry wasn't there. But as soon as I did one with you, it was just completely different, because it's so
different. Easy.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous
it's
because we're so
stupid.
different yet so the same at this. How can we be so different and so similar at the exact same time?
I don't know, but I love the fact that sometimes we just want to kill each other, but we want to kill each other with love.
And we save it for the show.
We 100% do.
I mean, if I was really wanted to kill you, I was like, I can wait. I can wait till we start.
She made me mad last week.
I want to save it for the show.
Yeah, save for the show. But no, but this show is a perfect example of action comes before motivation.
Right, we started doing it just because
we needed something to do, and we knew we had something, but we didn't know what. And then with each show, the motivation came.
Yeah, we got the motivation from advertisers. When Rob Howard calls up and says, I want to advertise. When Bone Zones calls up and says, I want to advertise. And Steve's Tree Service and Maureen at the barn.
Motivation from friends and family who were like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you guys. We got motivation from Jerry, who is our now executive producer. That's who she is. She's
and then when we pitched the idea to See More Smokies, like, hey, we were going to do these travel videos, and we thought you guys have this opportunity, and blah, 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 blah.
And let's be real. My motivations lie in different areas for this show, but...
Oh, all right, tell me about you. Your motivations for the show are... because you've got those great role models, Dan and...
Tom and Dan
in Florida.
Mediocre Time for Tom and Dan.
And that's a good thing for us to keep an eye on.
And my motivations tend to be in the okay, what's next step, and kind of like with the camera and researching and going, okay, here are my motivations.
You picked out the camera. You did a great job.
My motivations lie in here's what I have seen how it's successful for other people, and how does it fit into you and I.
Right, you got us a phone number.
I did. I got us a phone number, 865-236-0399. I memorized it.
I still have it. I'm trying to read the paper.
236-0399. Yeah. Text us, call us.
Nice.
Send us pictures. Yeah.
Within reason. Fellas.
Oh, trust me, if anybody's watching this show and you send an inappropriate picture, you will see it. somewhere on social media. You will 100%. I will put your first name. I will dox you like that in an instant. You will be. Don't. I'm just telling you now.
We don't want to see it. Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody. Not ever. Nobody.
Did you do this? Did you give him the thing?
You want to see how quickly I can ruin your life? Test me.
All right. So don't send us those pictures. But if you want to send us an idea for our Taco Tuesday, which stands for talk about content of or out of the basketball thingamajig.
I got
cup.
I got sassafras in there.
You did. I'm trying to lower the temperature.
No, I mean, I love you, and you know I'm kidding. Sometimes people don't know when I get serious like that I'm being silly. People in my life are like, "Why are you so angry?" I'm like, "I ain't angry.
This is me. This is me having my fun."
If I'm angry, I'm not talking. Yeah. So send us some topics. Text us, email us, krishaandfrank@gmail.com.
Yeah, it can be about anything. It can be about a movie. It can be a rant. Something.
Anything.
I mean, we would literally do an improv scene if we had to, but it's more fun if we can just talk real.
Yeah.
And let me close out this one by telling you how Jerry and I wanted to watch some movies.
Yes.
Because one of the things we're trying to do, instead of doing social media, is spend a little more time talk with each other instead of looking at our separate phones.
Yes. Yeah.
So we went through the drawers and the cabinets, and we found a stack of however many DVDs fit into the machine. I think it's 6.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so I think I found 3 and she found 3. Mm-hmm. And we were arguing with one another about which one we should watch, who should get to pick first. Mm-hmm. So my pick was Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh, I love that.
And her pick was... which I haven't seen, I don't think, since it came out. I don't ever remember. When we put the DVD in and the menu comes on, I'm like, I've never seen this.
Roger Rabbit?
I mean, I saw the movie in the theater.
I love it so
but
much.
But it's been that long. And it was great. But we also did that with Groundhog Day because, it was Groundhog Day, right? Last week. And as we're watching it, I'm just sitting there. And I had questions about I wonder where they filmed this. I wonder when did they film this? How did they film this?
No.
So I looked up
to
see that they filmed it like in Woodstock, Illinois or something like that. And it just struck me that when Bill Murray wakes up at 6 a.m. every day, 38 times in the movie they show him wake up with 38 different days they show. But some people theorize that he must have lived through thousands of days to get that good at ice sculpting and piano playing and all the things. So like years and years it took. Anyway, why is it so bright and sunny at 6 o'clock on February 2nd? So naturally I looked up the actual sunrise in Pennsylvania, Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, on February 2, and the sunrise comes up at 7:25. Sunrise is 7:25, and then they do the or maybe 7:24, and then they do the fill ceremony at 7:25.
Right.
1 minute after sunrise.
Right.
So it's absolutely impossible for Phil, the character, to go downstairs, for everyone to be awake in town, for the bed and breakfast to be in full swing, for him to have breakfast, stroll over
in daylight,
be early for the groundhog ceremony. It doesn't make any sense at all. And the sun does not come up at 6 a.m. And so if maybe his clock was wrong and it was 8 and he was late for the whole thing, I don't know. I ruined the movie for myself. And then I went into IMDB, and for the first half of the movie, I was scrolling through just to read a little bit of trivia about it.
Stop! Just stop!
I had to read all of it.
Just enjoy something.
But I was a completist. I wanted to get all the way to the bottom of the interesting trivia about the movie.
Couldn't you do it after? Just sit down and watch the movie.
No, but then...
Do you think dinosaurs are real when you watch Jurassic Park? Do you think Indiana Jones is really afraid of snakes? Do you think that he actually pulled his hat out from under the thing? No, it's a movie. People are going to think I'm mad again.
No, I get it. It was so enjoyable to try to figure out how, that's where I read these interesting facts about.
Did Jerry just get up and leave? Do you know if she even stayed to complete the movie? You don't know.
I do. She actually got tired and went upstairs to bed, and I finished watching it alone.
So what are you going to do? Look up animation of Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I was interested.
And how they bugged his eyes out.
I'm curious about all these things. I'm like, especially when Jessica Rabbit is doing the dance scene and grabs Eddie by the tie. There's obviously an actress who's in like a green suit doing that.
It could even be an actor.
Well, no, in the credits I checked.
Oh. God.
What do you think? It was Andy Serkis?
It could be.
Well, it wasn't. It was some lady. What?
Just watch the movie. Just watch the movie.
Just watch it.
Then go after the movie and look up all your looking ups. A movie is not meant to be turned on to the television and then sat on your phone. You're not enjoying the movie. Why even turn it on? Why not just go, I need to know about Groundhog Day, and just Google Groundhog Day and sit there on your phone and Google Groundhog Day.
Yeah, and then just, I guess it would have been pretty much the same experience. Yeah.
Why even bother?
That would save me a lot of time because I can read pretty fast.
Goodness gracious.
I could read all that in less time than it would take to watch the actual film.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Figure you can find something you enjoy.
Yeah. And that would leave me more time to listen to podcasts on Audible Pod. And if you want to listen to the Krisha Frank Show on Audible Pod, you can certainly do that. Go to audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank and get your free 30-day trial. Download something during those 30 days that you get to
download a book that you'll never listen to. You can just Google it and read about how they wrote the book and where it came from, and you'll never listen to it. That's an idea. It's a great thing.
You can also listen to us on any of the other audio podcast apps. You can watch us on YouTube. And
it's like, just only watch the tips of your fingers. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
So thanks so much. Oh, you've tickled
Lord's
me.
Prayer, Our Father. That's all you need.
Yeah, because you Google the rest.
You can Google the rest.
It's an interesting prayer, the translation of it. I was studying up on that recently, listening to a podcast where they talked about the...
So you listen to a podcast, but then you're also...
Yeah. All right, we got to go. Send us some topics, and we'll talk about them tomorrow on Take-O Tuesday.
I mean, we might. You'll have to sit here and go through your Google alerts while we're doing it.
I have a Google alert for us.
I know.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we were in the Mountain Press, and you found out because of
the Google alert. Thanks, Mountain Press.
Krisha and Frank.
Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.